Hi everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here, and it's Wednesday, so I actually did manage to pick up new comics today, and it's Thanksgiving, so I'm currently at a relative's house, so trying to make do with what I can. Alright, well let's get to work on the comics. We got a lot of comics today, so it's going to be a multi-part review. So let's get started off with Marvel. First off, Fantastic Four number 573. Okay? Pretty much the book starts off with it's just pretty much the book is a tale of the Thing, Human Torch, and Franklin and Valeria Richards visiting the New World. Yeah. And pretty much they run into they enter the portal, and the story is being told as a narrative in Franklin's eyes, and then it's revealed that the man they meet is Ted Castle, and he wants to know where Reed Richards is, but they state that he's not there, and then Valerie wants, and he explains there's something wrong with the portal to Earth. Valerie wants to know what's going on, and he's saying, like, you probably won't understand it because you're a kid and all, but then eventually, though, when they start talking about it, he says he needs some device, and Valerie pulls it out. Then we got a little fight with Johnny trying to break Ben out of prison, and then Johnny trying to break Ben out of prison. Johnny runs into one of his ex-girlfriends, and she gets slaughtered by Banner Jr., who wants to return to his prison so that he can still take on Lightwave. Then, luckily, Johnny, Ben, and Human Torch are able to get out of there and return home safe. And it ends with Susan saying goodnight to Franklin, and she points out that's her birthday. And she points out that's his birthday, and she's very happy for him. So yeah. Okay, quick side note. For maybe the first 4 comics, I was a little car sick, so when I tried reading these, so, can't really give you that description, but Fantastic Four was an okay story. Nice filler arc. It pretty much is a one-issue adventure, though, which is pretty great. Okay, next up, Web of Spider-Man number 2. Alright, I'm just going to say about this title, though, this is just pretty much like an extra feature. Like, okay, so far we have the Gauntlet going on in Amazing Spider-Man, but right now, currently, Spidey's fighting Electro, so now they're releasing an issue that explains Electro's backstory, his origin. Apparently, this issue revealed he had a confrontation with Magneto, and when asked if Electro was a mutant, Magneto said no, and, stuff. There's also a Spider-Girl, and Jameson story, but I didn't read them because, well, I don't really care about that stuff, and I was car sick, so yeah. Okay, next up, Amazing Spider-Man 613. We got Power to the People Part 2 with Electro's viral video campaign, where he's pretty much leading miles of people to go against big businessmen, and then eventually it's revealed. Electro goes into Dexter Bennett's apartment, and he blackmails him into giving him the money he needs to get treatment from the Thinker. Thinker, to get him to fix his body, fix all his uncontrolled power. And then Peter works on a scanner to help find Electro's power, but then eventually it inconveniences Michelle. Next up, Electro goes and presents the money to Thinker, who then is willing, and Spidey's on patrol. Aunt May returns. She tries to go see if Peter's home, but it's Michelle, and they just decide to leave for Hawaii. So, Peter, you just missed your aunt. And then apparently Electro is supposed to be juiced up enough so that he can be controlled somehow. And Spider-Man shows up Yay! I guess. And then the fight ensures, the standard villain banter. Then Kieran and his assistant get out, but then Electro reveals on the internet that he's going to try to take Dexter Bennett down once and for all, which Bennett says that double crossing, and he's going to take him down, and everyone's cheering Electro on, but Bennett's worried. Okay, again, I don't know exactly how I feel for this. I mean, the story is alright, but overall, this whole Gauntlet event is just going to be like another Sinister Six story. And also, the artwork, I'm not really a big fan of it. Not really a big fan, so yeah. Yeah, Gauntlet, average read. And next up, the one Marvel book that I really look forward to is Spider-Man Clone Saga #3. Okay, so now Jackal's made an army of Peter clones by using a combination of Ben's DNA sample and Peter's DNA sample, so that he could stabilize them. And then eventually it's revealed that I'm sorry, I say Goblin, I meant Jackal. It's just that, look at him. I'm sorry if I get confused with this. He's the Jackal, and then Jackal reveals he has the antidote to Aunt May and Mary Jane's sickness, and he perfected the solving agent. Then it's revealed that the Jackal really was trying to perfect a clone of Gwen Stacy. And of course, this pisses Kane off. He breaks out. Then he breaks Peter and Ben. Then they take on the clones, and it's revealed that the clones don't have any particular fighting style because Jackal didn't program with their memories. So they take them out. Then eventually the clones degenerate, and then Jackal says that Ben must be the original. Peter's the clone, and then so that gets Peter and Ben to ask a little question for a brief moment. But then Jackal kills Kane. And they manage to escape, and Kane manages to escape by throwing the antidote in the air. They catch it, and they escape, and eventually they're able to save Aunt May and Mary Jane, her pregnancy. Yay! Don't let my tone of voice fool you, I'm actually very excited about that. And then Peter decides to reveal that he's resigning from Spider-Man. He's giving it to Ben because it doesn't matter who the original or the clone is, he has a family, and he needs to take real responsibility for that, so he can't be fighting supervillains. And at that point, Ben's happy, and he's happy to be Spider-Man. Then it's revealed Kane is on the phone with someone, and he says he's very happy for the other clone capsule which wasn't open. And he says, gotcha. My guess is this guy is someone named Osborn. Either it's Harry or Norman. I don't know. Looks to be pretty good. It's either going to be Norman or Harry. Osborn's going to be behind this. Okay, Spider-Man the Clone Saga, awesome miniseries. I love it. It is very, very good. It's just great. Okay? Alright, again, since I only have a few minutes left, I'm just going to make this video about Marvel. So, again, top priority for me, for my list, Spider-Man Clone Saga. The average read was, the average list, Fantastic Four and Amazing Spider-Man. You don't have to pick these up. I would recommend them. They're kind of good, but, so-so. And what was Spider-Man? This one really isn't necessary, just, you can skip it if you want, though. I only got it because, well, I'm a Spider fan, so, yeah. Okay, that's all I have to say. Stay tuned for the next video coming up for my DC vids. Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.